Starting from the definition of a video games, which corresponds to the interaction of a user through a screen using knobs or controls that allow an interactive experience. Video games have been part of our history since approximately 1915. One of the first video games in history was known as OXO, which is a digital variant of the game Tic-Tac-Toe, was created by Alexander Douglas in 1952, who was one of the creators who implemented the principle of Turing research, which is what is known today as artificial intelligence. Alexander Douglas implemented it to make the machine compete with the player and make it more entertaining. The first person in this story is Alan Turing, a British programmer mathematician who began to work out a way to make a computer reason like a human, according to the Internet article. Step by Step History of Video Games, until 1917. The American Ralph Beer investigated Turing's work and developed the first video game console in the history on Magnavox on-site, which had a simple system that had 6 external cartridges that contained 6 different games, which could be seen on the television screen to enhance the experience.
10 years, Atari was born, the most representative brand of video games in history. It was founded by Nolan Bushnell and Ted Dabney. In 1974, they innovated with the idea of bringing home consoles, Pong for your home TV, which would be a commercial success that would sell more than 150,000 copies only during Christmas of that year, according to the same article. In 1976, the success of Atari was enormous as it one of the largest companies with the greatest wealth in the United States. In 1978, a video game for Japanese company was created of Atari and Mattel consoles, called Space Invaders, which was a viral phenomenon with millions of copies sold worldwide. In 1908, the icon of gamers emerged, Pac-Man, a game that was different. It was a very popular game which even had its own television series. In the 90s, a fourth generation Super Nintendo console was launched, whose games were exploring movement in 3D, thanks to movement of the camera that made him climb a plane that ended up creating another perspective of the track, according to the article Medionet Adolf.
Also in this decade, the games perfected the technique and created the games much more powerful since the software industry had a very progressing system and allowed the player to explore the three-dimensional environment in first person. In 1983, Sony launched the PlayStation console and swept the market. And in 1986, the Nintendo 64 appears, and in most important titles, Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Kart 64. In the decade of 2000 and 2010, computers were different from consoles. Games were released that allowed you interact and compete with other people. For 2006, the console statement and Sony launched the PlayStation 3 and Microsoft the Xbox 360. These consoles has the possibility of connecting to internet and their own storage. In 2010, the internet was totally linked to video games, and in 2013, Dota and League of Legends were the most powerful video game franchises that were one of the derived the most money in the world of professional gaming. Mobile mobile games also became popular, which are becoming more powerful and more accessible to users. Is good to alternative for entertainment.